Greetings, friends. Maurice here. Hope you're doing absolutely amazing. Quick question today from a VIP customer. How do I speed up a sluggish Mac? Now, this could be your Mac Mini, could be your MacBook Pro, could be your MacBook Air, but we're going to look at one of the first quick and easy steps to address these types of slowdowns. So let's jump right into it and take a look at how we can address this. Okay, first of all, let's get rid of this random screen. And what we want to do is let's just go to Spotlight and we want to, let's see, we'll be using Activity Monitor here in a second, but let's just type in app to get to the App Store. And what probably is easiest to do is just type in virus or virus scanner. And the program that we're looking for is Antivirus One Virus Cleaner. Now, if you are maybe coming from the Windows world recently to Mac, like this amazing VIP customer of ours, you may be familiar with CCleaner, something that's quick and easy to run, looks for things that can potentially slow down your computer. Antivirus One is kind of that in the Mac world. Now, you'll notice that we have already installed this previously. You'll probably see Get here instead of the cloud, but at any rate, go ahead and click that. And let's start the installation process. And since this takes a few minutes, I'll go ahead and save us the waiting by pausing for a second, and then we'll be right back. Okay, so it looks like we are almost finished. And there we go. We've now got the open icon. So let's go ahead and continue stepping through this process, and we'll close the App Store for now. And notice we have a few notifications here: web threat protection disabled, your detect only mode, a few different things that they're kind of alerting us to. That's okay for now. Now, if you do see, however, that it has the option to do a pattern update, you will need to go ahead and run that first. I recently ran this program, so my pattern is already up to date. But if you do see that, make sure you run the pattern update before moving forward. Okay, so what we're going to do is go down this left-hand sidebar, and we're just going to step through each of these one by one, starting with the full scan. So we're going to go ahead and click scan. This usually is pretty zippy depending on how many files you have. We'll see how fast it goes in our case. If we need to pause, we will, but it looks like it's going to go ahead and run through this pretty quickly. So we'll just hang out here and let that run. And much like any antivirus program, it just goes through any of your temporary files, any files saved on your file system, some of the system files, just looking for anything that is out of place. Okay, perfect. Looks like our scan's completed. 0 viruses found. That's exactly what we want to see. Let's move on to the adware cleaner next. And we're going to click clean now. And this is also typically pretty fast. Now, if it's been a while since you have run something like this, or maybe you've never run anything like this on your Mac, it could take several minutes, and that's perfectly okay. Okay, so but you'll want to see an outcome like this in the end. Clean, complete, 0 adware found. We're going to skip over the web threat protection because in my case, we're not going to keep this installed on the machine. We're going to move on to privacy. And we do want to go ahead and do the privacy cleaner, which is going to get rid of any persistent cookies and those temporary internet files and things like that that can kind of make our browsers crash from time to time. Now, what I will say before doing this is if you're one of those people that has a lot of passwords saved in the form within your browser, when we run this, it's actually going to clear that information. Also, your banking sites, two-factor authentication prompts and things, you're probably going to get those again, almost like it's the first time that it's seen this computer. That's okay, and I would still say you need to go ahead and run this, but just make sure that you can complete those two-factor authentication prompts when you get those. Okay, so let's go ahead and carry on, and we're going to click Clean. And notice it says one or more selected browsers are open and must be quit. So what we'll need to do, Chrome and Safari were recently open, so I'm going to right-click and do quit on Chrome, and I'm also going to right-click and do quit on Safari. Now, pause for 1 second right there. I'm not actually going to do it this way because there's something that happens with this program sometime that I want to show you. Let's pretend that we clicked quit on both of them, and then we try to clean. Notice it says one or more is still open. From time to time, this will happen even though you have quit both. And so what you'll need to do, let's just go ahead and go to Spotlight again and go to or pull up the activity monitor. Okay. And what you'll need to do, this is like Task Manager in Windows where you can see running processes and potentially kill them or quit them from within this interface. So we know that we skipped Safari, and you don't have to do this by any means whenever you're running through this. If both close just fine, then you can disregard this. But if you get one of those where Safari or Chrome do not want to close despite having been quit, what you would do is type in the respective name, either Chrome or Safari, and you would look for the particular process with the icon. You would double click it and then click quit. Okay, and you'll notice that's going to disappear now. We can close this. We can also close Activity Monitor, and then you would proceed with the clean. Bam, and now you'll notice we're running, and the clean is complete, and we're done. Okay, and so potentially that is all we would need to run through. And if you got green checks on all of those, then good news, your machine is clean and should be running more smoothly. Now, there's one more step. Like I said, if you're like me and you don't like applications hanging out that you don't necessarily use on a regular basis, you'll probably want to remove this so it's not taking up system resources. So let's look at how to do that. So what we'll want to do is go ahead and close this, of course. We'll go down to Antivirus One and the dock, right-click on that and quit. Okay, perfect. And then within the Finder, we'll just want to go to Finder, Applications, and then right-click on Antivirus One, move to Trash. Okay, it's going to prompt us for our password. This is the password used to log in. Okay. And if all went well, it removed that item just like it did here. Now, if you got some kind of an error message, you may have to go back into Activity Monitor again, find Antivirus One, and kill that process manually. I've had that happen to me before on an occasion or two. Okay, so hopefully this will speed your Mac product up and get it running smoothly again. If there are any tutorials that you would like to see, feel free to drop me a question in the comments, and we'll definitely take that into consideration. And again, thanks to our amazing VIP customer for submitting this question. I'll see you soon.